welcome to another exciting edition of P&B Sports Show. I'm your host, Abel Sunday. Today, we begin with Super Eagles of Nigeria, who wrapped up their final group game in emphatic fashion, dispatching Uganda 3-1 to underline their dominance and momentum heading into the knockout stage. It was a performance that reflected authority, balance, and attacking intent from the Nigerian side. Elsewhere in the group, Tanzania held Tunisia to a 1-1 draw, a result that proved decisive as it secured Tanzania's place in the round of 16. To break down this result, assess Nigeria's overall group campaign, and analyze the wider implication for the knockout round, I am joined virtually by our in-house analyst Tom Aroko. Also joining us from Ibadan is football analyst Oba, who will offer further tactical insight in this conversation. So grab your teacup because P&B Sports start now. Welcome back. It's still P&B Sports Show, reaching you live from the nation's capital. Gentlemen, good morning. And I think the Super Eagles just made our week. Today is the last day of 2025, and Super Eagles just gave us something to chat about or to remember about this year. So let me start. Oba, good morning, and hi Ibadan this morning. I think you are muted, Oba. You are muted.
Very good morning to you, and Ibadan is splendid this beautiful morning. It's good to have you join It's good to have me join the conversation this beautiful morning.
Perfect.
First, I like to say that from where you started from, I like to say that it's not a New Year present or an end of the year gift that was given to us by the Super Eagles. It's anticipated. We anticipate that they give us the kind of result, owing to the fact that the only gift that can be given to us is to win this particular tournament, to consolidate the fact that we're not going to the World Cup back to back.
Perfect. I think that's a powerful message from Oba. Let me come back to you. How are you? And I believe you share the same sentiment with Oba, isn't it?
Yes, I share the same sentiments because right now I feel that all that matters to Nigeria is the biggest tournament in Africa at the moment, and to me, the one at the moment, which is the AFCON. Because right now, nothing else matters. World Cup doesn't matter. What is important is the AFCON, and we are playing. But we still have some little things to touch on. But we did fantastically well, and I am extremely impressed with our squad.
Mr. Tom, I'd like to quickly quote you to, I'm sorry, it's conversational. It's more or less like we're talking to each other. I'd like to let you know that in 2021, we won all our 3 games in a group that involves the likes of Tanzania and what's their name? Egypt in it. We won all 3 games, only for us to succumb to Tunisia, who qualified as tournament best loser in 2021. So we should relax in rejoicing with the fact that all 3 games have been won. But we look at tactically, according to what Mr. Sonny said, we look at tactical progress and other things too.
I find it hard to relax with knowing the fact that we actually started some players that we have not started. So what impresses me is the fact that we have squad depth. It shows that Perry is not just thinking about now, but it's thinking about long term and how to manage. I think one thing from what you said, I realized that it's like taking notes of the last AFCON, and we decided that okay, we want to do this thing. So for him to rest some of these players which were expected, players like Kobe, it shows that we have squad depth. And just take notes that we have so much the senior expecting to be the main striker on the team, but then we have other players scoring. We have players like for natural scoring, which is something that a lot of people most likely would not have expected. Just like Rafael Onyedika. So I feel extremely happy. And like I said before, yes, I agree with you, but like I said before, all that matters right now is the AFCON. And the AFCON to me is the biggest tournament in the world. That's what everyone knows right now.
I think the show have started already because you guys already the conversation have started. And I find it very fascinating because I see you guys really want to talk this eagerly. Actually, my very good friend, my very good sport journalist, Oba, he want to talk about. You could see the passion in his face. He want to talk about it. Oba, let me give you the stage. Super Eagles yesterday, yes, fantastic. Of course, we all expected that yeah, they're going to do well. Even with our B team, we expect that we're going to come out flying yesterday. But I just want to pick out some key performances. The likes of Paul. Sorry, I say Paul. Tom rightly said. Rafael Onyedika will have Paul Onachu that in recent time they've not really turned out for the Super Eagles, but yesterday was fantastic for them, and we could see the likes of is it Ozoyo or what is that his name again? The goalkeeper. Also, I think he was also fantastic to be honest. And those are the people that I think they should be giving because I feel our goalkeeper Kingsley Wambali. I think he's not really. I think they don't give him that. They give him free hands a lot. He does not have rival. I think that's the right word. He does not have anybody to number one position. If you bring up and do better. But Oba, let me allow you to talk about yesterday game properly.
Okay, thank you so very much, Mr. Sonny. I like to start by saying that I am one of those that have been clamoring for Rafael Onyedika to start in Nigerian squad. I watch him play at Club Brugge in Belgium, and I see what he does at Club Brugge in his club in Belgium. But the issue is, where will he play? Who is going to be the makeshift marker? Nigeria tried to operate in a two-marking defensive midfield where we have two makeshift defensive midfielder, a Wilfred Didi and an Onyeka. A Wilfred Didi will mark and Onyeka will move forward. If you play a Rafael Onyedika, you will not have time to play and Frank Onyeka. And if you're not playing Frank Onyeka, it means you're leaving Ole Ndidi to be the marker. Nobody is not marking in the midfield. Even if you use Moses Simon and Samuel Chukwueze, they are not marking for you. So it leaves Ole Ndidi to be the marker in the midfield, which is difficult, which is the reasons I don't complain whenever they don't use Onyedika. He's a good player. He's a fantastic player. That is plus one that we had yesterday. Also, another plus one that we had was Fisayo Dele Bashir. Fisayo Dele Bashir was instrumental in moving forward and dropping in most of the crosses. He had an assist yesterday for, what's his name, for Paul Onuachu. Well, Paul Onuachu, I expected more from him. Forget the goal. It was a technical goal. It was a goal that he needed to stretch to be able to get the goal for us. But he had a chance that Osimhen gave him a pass that he missed, that everybody anticipated that he should be scoring that one. He didn't get that particular one. It was a sad one. It was a tough one for him. But notwithstanding, Osimhen yesterday was indeed top-notch leader. He came to the party not just as a striker, but as a skipper, a leader. That was what was expected of him. He was not the Osimhen that you put in front to be the striker. He was the Osimhen that is the leader of the team. And he showed resilience. He showed the quality of a good leader. It shows the quality of the future of Nigeria having need of a quality leader that will represent them in future. Osimhen was top notch. Uzor, were we a bit better? Was he given, what's his name, Stanley Nwabali competition? No. Uzor was a big children. He had no pressure yesterday. The one pressure that he had was the one he used in considering the goal. How many saves did he have on the night? No much saying was seen of him on the day. So you could barely say that there's still no competition. But early this morning, I got a news that the red-time goalkeeper, Arthur Okonkwo, has been cleared by FIFA to switch allegiance to Nigeria. Now, it remains to be seen in future games if the red-time goalkeeper, Arthur Okonkwo, who plies his trade in the English Championship, will be called to the national team. Because that's the same thing. We media people, we are fans of the Super Eagles, always clamor for a certain player to be called. Most times those players make themselves available to be called, but they don't get called up. It happened in the case of Kyle Tomori. In all, it was a good game yesterday. 3-1, not a bad result in the absence of the first team play.
Perfect. That's well said. But let me come back to you, Tom. Tom, with the rotation of Eric Chell, you know the likes of Akko Adams with they rested Akko Adams, they rested Alex Iwobi, indeed he was rested, and some couple of players like that. Do you see this like because I know Oba made one very good point. As I think 2021 AFCON we qualified and we crash out at the round of 16, which is a very, in fact, nobody even saw it coming at all. But with this, they will have a chance. Do you think we'll have a squad to take this AFCON?
I think first of all, today I feel like we have a squad to take on some. I think one thing that we realized that the Chai was not going to start some players because obviously we have some of our players which have cards, even though we still have the consideration, I think has a yellow card and another Lukman, Shomia Ajayi, and Boa Bali also having cards. So we already knew that that we're expecting that yes, he's going to start with from certain players. And I think one thing that surprised me was the fact that he started starting one by mistake. He went for the opportunity. Also, the Nigerian team, that I helped them to spin out was a fantastic thing. But I'm also going to say, I don't think that Nigeria will have one of the strongest groups in the AFCON. Obviously, I'm not going to say this. So you starting from players and making sure that yes, that these players have enough time, something that we're interested about. We see that we attack from for the natural, and we see the support, especially with the Samuel Chukwueze, who was very crucial to me. And to me, I feel some players are actually made it interesting and made us actually understand that Nigeria completely is AFCON. What we have decided to start to is to actually make sure that we have the best strike post, then focus on our midfield, try to have a defensive midfielder. And that's where from we look at players like who was playing a kind of box ball. Chu as well, who was also energetic, and Onyeka as well. But I think to me, I think our defense is doing what we can do at the moment. The players like Basi and Bruno Jemic. And so to me, it's a very, very tactical one. But I think that one thing that we decided to choose, that we decided to lack on, which is, like I said before, is our defense. And on our defense, I feel he actually stepped out to engage the Ugandan strikers early, and then we actually stop some of their disruptions and build up. And then we stayed actually deeper at some points and also swept behind the lines and managed spacing and recovery runs, which actually helped us with some counters. Forget it, we decided not to play defense. And obviously, especially this is the AFCON here, this is not the. But when you see teams that have decided to attack, things like Man U and some certain teams, you realize that these are teams that will concede eventually. So they might see that. So I think what benefits us is the fact that we decided that okay, we might concede, yes, but let's score more goals than people are going to play. But my own fear is that moving out of the group stage, we are going to be facing. Sorry, what makes me not scared? We are moving into the group stage. We are going to be facing other or the likes. And I would like to, in some of these groups, people that are going to meet in some of these groups are very, very strong teams and they are powerhouses. And my own fear is, and my own fear is this: we have players with cards, with yellow cards on our team, and moving forward, I feel like some of these players, Eric Chell might not be playing them later, probably when we get to the quarterfinals. He might want to play them, but because what we saw yesterday was we saw Eric Chell actually moving from this 4-3-3 formation to 4-2-3-1 formation, which also lets us know that it's like we are playing an attacking midfield. Goes like switching from an attacking midfield to a one-man defensive midfielder, which actually was stressing to watch yesterday. And God will forbid a stronger team. We might have high, but like I said earlier, this is the moment that matters. We have nothing else to do. So left to their team should tend to score more goals and also scoring more goals instead of the defense. Like for me, I feel that our defense can sometimes need to as fast as score more.
Okay, well said, Tom. Well, so let me come back to you, Oba. Well, of course. Now, if you like, get have how do I call it? Have 15 points in the group stage. By now, at this round of 16, that one doesn't matter anymore. Any small mistake, you are out. You better you have sleep. You must make sure you make maximum maximum of your opportunity. You must take all maximum opportunity that comes your way. But Oba, there's something that fascinates that get me worried yesterday. Uganda reduced to 10 man. What is his name? What is his name again? Their goalkeeper was sent out by red card, and still.
They used 3 goalkeepers.
That's what I'm saying now. That's what I'm saying. But what they were 10 man down, and they were able to get a goal. And the same thing with Tunisia. Tunisia did not get red card though. We went 3-0 ahead of Tunisia. We still concede. So what is the problem? Why can't we keep a clean sheet? And of course, you said it. We've yet to keep a clean sheet since the tournament started. Over to throw on that regards.
Okay, first and foremost, I like us to quickly observe the fact that there's been one particular department we've all been complaining about since the tournament began, which is the defense department, which comprises of the goalkeepers and defenders. The defenders have not been as resolute as it should be. It has not been as far as it should be. The leadership quality of William Truss Akon is being missed. We must talk about that. We must also commend the fact that the likes of Shemi and Calvin Bassey have not been able to gel very well. Yesterday we have Calvin Bassey and Igor Ogu, a bit stable until Chidozie Awazim was brought in. Awazim coming in, not very, very stable, a bit shaky, and was conceding some fouls, even got a yellow card in the game also yesterday. But quick thing that we must talk about is the fact that how we've not been able to maintain clean sheets in the tournament is alarming, and it goes back to working more on our defense lines and also the goalkeeping department.
Perfect. You
Then you talked about Tanzania.
Yes.
If you look at our game against Tanzania, very well, you realize that the Tanzanians are not just a pushover. They're a very compact team. They were a bit better in the second half when they played us. Similar thing happened yesterday when they played against
Tunisia.
Against Tunisia.
Yes.
They came out smoking.
My producer can pull up those pictures and for the. It's not. I'm talking to my producer. I don't know if you can pull up the pictures for that highlights for the game yesterday. Go ahead, Oba. Go ahead.
They got all the needed goal and all that was needed for them in that game. Now, mind you, Tanzania has the same number of points that Angola have, the same goal difference, the same goal for. So, why is Tanzania qualifying ahead of Angola? A whole lot of things have been considered, a whole lot of things have been put into place for that particular reason. So, you could want to talk about the fact that, okay, Tanzania is having better head-to-head, having better, fair play, which was used for Senegal in the World Cup in 2018, if you remember very well. The fair play rule was brought into play. It has been used for Nigeria before. So Tanzania, a very resolute and very compact side, qualified ahead of Angola.
Perfect. I think that's all. And luckily, you could see how Tunisia got Tunisia goal was on. They got their goal on penalty, while Tanzania had to come back and score. That shows you how they fought. And for the Super Eagles, most saying after that first game against Tanzania, they were saying a team like Tanzania, Super Eagles struggling to beat them 2-1. I think the Super Eagles did a whole lot beating them. Look at Tunisia. Tunisia could not. They had to. In fact, they had to sweat with their annals before they could get a draw from that game, because Tanzania actually gave them a whole fight. But Tom, what is your prediction forward? Do you see Nigeria or do you see where do you see Super Eagles ending up in this campaign?
In this campaign, when we came, my only prayer was that we realize that this is the only thing that we have at this moment, considering the fact that Nigeria will not be going for the World Cup, and the petition that has been sent has not actually been answered at the moment. So it seems like right now this is all we are fighting for. And considering the way Nigeria has played, I think if we can stop our reduction of conceding goals, or if we can score more goals than we concede forward, I think that Nigeria at least is going to make it to the semi-finals. So if Nigeria falls short or at all or get anything less of that, then it's going to be extremely disappointing, considering the fact that the Nigerian team that we have, the Nigerian team that is Michel is trying to transition us from some certain players and actually trying to be the players that we have on ground while also at the same time. So I feel like we need to have a replacement as soon as possible. Someone needs to step up immediately for William to echo for us to actually move further. So that's the whole.
I can see that you are very careful. Your prediction, you are very careful with what you are saying, so that the Super Eagles might not just disappoint you tomorrow or next tomorrow, but God forbid. But Oba,
one thing about the Super Eagles, they tend to do well when attention is not on them. But the moment they raise everybody's hope and the attention is on them, and social media that those are playing, tend to see them start mistakes. But I think I like the fact that we had someone like Christine captain the last match, because this is the first time captain being the captain of the team. So I think that if we can see more of this leadership, I think with the experience that we will tend to have a more compact.
okay, Oba, let's wrap up, Oba. We've seen Morocco play. Are you impressed by Morocco's team? Because before now, the whole hype was Morocco this, Morocco that. But seeing them play, finishing with 7 points in their group, I know that doesn't matter. But with what you've seen, are you impressed with the Moroccan team? As we wrap up.
The Moroccan team are a very, very good side. Mind you, in their last game against Zambia, a couple of them.
Oh, I think we've lost Oba. But let me to you, Tom, before we maybe okay. Let me come back to you, Tom, before we could re-establish connection.
I feel one thing about, let me answer that Morocco. I think one thing about Morocco is that Morocco have a strong big block, and they have good goalkeeping. They have Simboni, they have Hakimi, and the team, and they have strong team possession. I think one thing that we need to rely on, actually, they are very, very strong possession. But I think one thing that we need to take note of is that at first, you remember that Morocco actually at some point had a draw. I think so. One thing that we need to look at is they are actually not as strong when it comes to counters. Despite them,
Mr. Tom, let me. Mr. Tom, can I call?
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Oba.
The Moroccan side are very, very good. And mind you, they are also playing with injuries. I talked about the injuries, Roman Science to their main skipper, Ashraf Hakimi. Agüed is also injured. They have Youssef and Yassiri also playing enough. But they have been boosted in the attack by Daniel Diab, the one who switched allegiance from Spain to Morocco. And also there is also this one there. What's his name? The one El Kabi, Ayub El Kabi. So they are also behaving like the Super Eagles of Nigeria, easing into the competition little by little. They have not been really been tested. The only test they had is Mali, which for me was fair enough, 50-50 challenge. But can they go all out? It remains to be seen. Even after their experts at the World Cup in Qatar, they didn't go ahead the last African Cup of Nations.
Wow. Okay, that's good. But it will be very bad for us if we did not get to the finals this time on, even winning it. Because the previous edition we got to the finals. Unfortunately, we lost it. We could have won that AFCON, but we lost it. But it will be bad for us that we did not get to the finals and even winning this. But your final word, let me
on paper. Let me start. On paper, I feel Nigeria, we have best team. And maybe apart from Morocco and some other teams, we have the best team on paper right now at the moment. I still feel that our team is better than Morocco. The difference than Morocco have Morocco, they have the fans at home. But I feel like on paper we should be a team that should play this tournament. But my own prayer and the same way because I need to go to my last time. That should not happen. But my own last comment and my prediction is we are either meeting Morocco in the semi-finals or we are meeting Morocco in the finals. So we should have our back.
The way the tree is, we can't play Morocco in the final.
Yeah, but
if we both win our games, we're likely to meet up in the semis or in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, so I feel like most likely my prediction I'm going to meet them in the semi-final. But I feel this is the challenge. We need proper. I feel our next matches should be proper matches so that we can easily improve. But obviously, we're playing the second or the third in other groups. So I just hope.
No, I think they will be playing the best. How about your final word as we wrap up, please?
There's not much work. Let's hope and keep our heads out looking at possibility. Either we play Cameroon in the round of 16, and that will give us the real test that we've been looking forward to. The Tunisian that we thought would give us the biggest test, it didn't come to be a big test. It became an easy thing in the back. We're looking forward to the big test come the round of 16, and I wish them all the best. Happy New Year in advance.
All right, that brings us to the end of today's edition of P&B Sports Show. My appreciation goes to our in-house analyst Tom Aroko and to Oba who joined us virtually from Ibadan for their valuable insights and analysis. As the Super Eagles of Nigeria prepare for the knockout stage, the expectation rise and the margin for error is narrow. We will continue to follow the journey closely and bring you expert analysis every step of the way. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much for doing this with me today. Thank you so much. All right, you can connect with us on all social media platforms on YouTube and Facebook at Politics and Business Television.English, on IG at P&B TV_English, on X at P&B TV_ENG. I'm Abel Sunday, and for me and the entire team right in Abuja, I say goodbye.